Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Walrus people completely stand out from the rest of the pinnipeds because of the impressive tusks that emerge from their upper jaws. Both gents and ladies of the walrus kingdom have these canine teeth that can grow up to 1 metre long and weigh over 5 kilograms each. Please continue watching to learn about the gentle giants of the Arctic.
I have all the protein I need. I am recovering a lot faster. I have become so much stronger after turning vegan. Vivian Kong, vegan.
Alu. This means hello in Greenlandic, the official language of Greenland. I'll bet you could have guessed that translation. Dynamic viewers, my name is Salik, meaning one who follows the spiritual path. I am a God-loving vegan person from the Atlantic Walrus Kingdom. The joyful inhabitants of the world's largest island pray for your earthly sojourn to be filled with wonder and delight. Welcome to our show titled Walrus-People, the Majestic tooth-walking seahorses. Young people studying geography often ask why a country that is 80% covered with ice was named Greenland. Well, the Earth was warmer when the landmass was discovered, and there were verdant meadows on its southern end. It wasn't until later, after a period of global cooling, that snow and ice accumulated so extensively. Scientists at the University of Copenhagen in Denmark have determined that Greenland actually had forests around 2.5 million years ago. Don't ask me how they figured that out, but it just goes to show that the planet is constantly changing, and in places where it is still pristine, nature's beauty and abundance are breathtaking. North of Greenland, there are regions around the North Pole that serve as habitats for many wonderful beings, including polar bear people, whale people, and enormous colonies of walrus people. The sight of hundreds of marine mammals lying next to and on top of each other is quite spectacular. Our scientific name, Odobenus rosmarus, is pretty impressive too. It stands for tooth-walking seahorse, stemming from the way we use our tusks to pull ourselves out of the water. As for the common name walrus, it likely came from the Dutch words walvisroos, meaning whale horse. Some people refer to us as the gentle giants of the Arctic. I'm rather fond of that expression. There's no doubt we are huge. We are the largest representatives of the pinniped clade, which means we share a mutual ancestor with seal people. The other members of the group are sea lion people, fur seal people, and earless seal people. We all have similar features, such as flippers and a small tail. However, walrus people completely stand out from the rest of the pinnipeds because of the impressive tusks that emerge from our upper jaws. Both gents and ladies of the walrus kingdom have these canine teeth that can grow up to 1 meter long and weigh over 5 kilograms each. We often use them from below an ice sheet to create openings for breathing. Our tusks also contribute to our social status. The longer they are, the more respect we receive. If necessary, we can also use them to defend ourselves. We are divided into two subspecies. Atlantic walrus people can be found along the coasts of northeastern Canada, around the perimeter of Greenland, and surrounding the Svalbard and Novaya Zemlya islands in the Arctic Ocean. Pacific walrus people constitute a larger group, with most of the population inhabiting seas adjacent to Alaska and northeastern Russia. An estimated 10,000 more live in the environs of the Laptev Sea. I've heard that my Pacific cousins are even bigger than me and my Atlantic cohorts heavier, with a larger skull and longer tusks, but I've never met them. Although our eyesight is acceptable, we mostly use our sensitive nose and ears to perceive what is around us. Plus, our upper lip sports a fabulous moustache, from 400 to 700 whiskers that zoologists call vibrissae. These are long, stiff hairs connected to muscles and supplied with blood and nerves. They are so sensitive that we can find food on the ocean floor in the dark. We generally dive between 80 and 100 meters when we are foraging, but we can go deeper if we need to. This is possible owing to several adaptations that allow us to stop breathing for a while. For example, as we descend into the water, our heart rate slows down and blood is directed to the brain and other essential organs. This movement of the vital fluid away from the skin also helps us retain heat. If you could see us after we've been underwater for a while, you would notice that our skin color is a grayish white. However, after we come out and spend some time in the sun, the veins dilate and our normally brownish epidermis turns rosy as blood flows toward the surface.
As God so loves us, we must also love His creation, such as the animal people. Be vegan now.
I'd like to go for a quick swim and cool off, if you'll pardon me, but I'll be back shortly, so please stay with us here on Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our program, Walrus-People, the majestic tooth-walking seahorses, on Supreme Master Television. Atlantic walrus people can grow to 3.2 meters long and weigh from 600 to 1,500 kilograms, with the females about a third smaller than the males. A lot of our mass consists of blubber, a substantial layer of fat that can be almost 10 centimeters thick. It lies beneath our very tough skin, which itself has a thickness of 4 centimeters. Now that you know how much insulation we have, Our great tolerance to frigid temperatures is understandable. Blubber also doubles as a source of energy for us. You might think that our size inhibits our mobility, judging from how we walk on land, but you'd be mistaken. We are graceful swimmers, combining alternate strokes of our hind flippers with full body movements. We average 7 kilometers per hour and can sprint much faster when motivated. Walrus people typically spend a lot of time on sea ice. We migrate with the flows and rest on them after diving for food. As time goes by, we find less ice in the ocean, which forces us to swim to the nearest shore. Hundreds and even thousands of us may haul out to nestle against each other, soak up the sun, and get some well-deserved shut-eye. Scientists have discovered that we sometimes swim continuously for more than 3 days. I could have told them that, but they didn't ask me. So it's no wonder that when we finally reach land, we can sleep deeply for up to 19 hours. Even though we may assemble in massive colonies, we are separated by gender. Males and females have separate herds. We only come together once a year, and when that special season arrives, Romeos in the water start performing a variety of sounds, calls, and displays to attract their partners who are lazing on the beach. Approximately 15 months later, each expectant walrus mom looks for a private piece of floating ice to welcome her offspring into the world. The new arrival has short and soft fur, well-developed whiskers, and eyes that are already open. They are ready to swim within an hour and soon begin nursing underwater. The bond between a walrus mother and her calf runs deep. Young ones usually stay with their moms for 2 or 3 years, joining them in the continual search for food. Mothers are naturally protective of their toddlers, but female relatives may contribute to providing security. Walrus moms are also very affectionate, using their front flippers to hug and kiss their young. Occasionally, when a female walrus person has love to spare, she will even adopt an orphan. Whether they are in or out of the water, young ones know to stay close to mama. While they're still small, she's happy to carry them on her back as she swims. Little tusks start to appear after about 5 months, and soon the youngsters are learning the technique of hauling themselves onto an ice sheet. We walrus people require sea ice to survive. The snow-covered floating platforms give us privacy, access to new feeding areas, and a place to rest after long dives. They also serve as a refuge from rough seas and other dangerous situations. Sadly, the Arctic ice we depend on is rapidly disappearing due to climate change. I'm sure you've heard this news before, but I feel it bears repeating. Gases in the atmosphere that retain heat from the sun have been increasing for the last 200 years or so, causing warmer surface temperatures on Earth. According to the Marine Mammal Commission in the United States, the impacts of climate change are being observed earlier in the Arctic and with more immediate and severe consequences than in most of the rest of the world. The Arctic is warming at a rate almost twice the global average. Absence of ice floes causes walrus people to swim longer distances, searching for islands or shores where we can relax and recharge. These locations often become overcrowded and there may not be enough food for everyone. Worse still, many of our children do not have the stamina for such prolonged journeys and perish from exhaustion. We can only pray that there will be a universal awakening among humans, that their values and lifestyles need to be updated. Please help spread veganism and compassion for the sake of all beings and the future of our world.
Vegan. Go for it, man.
Enlightened viewers, thank you for being here with us today. Next is Getting Spot Fit with Coach Andrew Taylor, Vegan, Part 2 of 2, right after Noteworthy News. May your faith and gratitude be as constant as God's love.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/AW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/AW.
Chương trình của chúng tôi cung ứng nhiều ngôn ngữ. Xin xem suprememastertv.com/schedule và suprememastertv.com/AW.